Giving him a minute to get back. All right. Good morning, everyone. I'm Deborah Donovan, Chair of the Data Governance Committee, present in the fourth floor boardroom in Jackson, Mississippi. This meeting of the Data Governance Committee is being held today, Wednesday, July 17th, 2024 at 9 a.m. pursuant to Mississippi Code annotated section 25415, with some committee members present via teleconference. The notice of this meeting, including the date, time, place, and purpose, has been posted, and an audio recording is being made of this meeting, and minutes of this meeting will be recorded. If we have any data owners that are attending virtually, please ask that you turn your camera on. Right, I'm going to do roll call. As I call the names of the voting committee members, please state the location of your presence, just city and state, for this meeting. Alan Burrow.
Present, Jackson, Mississippi.
Joanne Malone.
Present, Jackson, Mississippi.
Brett Robinson. Danny Rochelle is proxy for Amarita Tell.
Present, Jackson, Mississippi.
Jill Dent.
Present, Jackson, Mississippi.
Michelle Noel.
Present, Jackson, Mississippi.
Greg Smith, proxy for Judy Nelson. Welcome back, Greg. Scott Clements.
Present, Jackson, Mississippi.
Kristen Wynn. Donna Hales.
Present in Jackson, Mississippi.
Daryl Latham, proxy for Brian McGarity.
Present, Jackson, Mississippi.
Letitia Johnson. Shakina Patterson, proxy for Sandra Robertson.
Present, Jackson, Mississippi.
Lemuel Eubanks, proxy for Wendy Clemens.
Present, Jackson, Mississippi.
Jennifer Boykin.
Present, Jackson, Mississippi.
Jackie Samsel.
Is Libby Cook here? She's going to be proxy for Jackson.
Okay, we have Libby Cook, proxy for Jackie Samsel. Corey Murphy.
Present, Jackson, Mississippi.
And Jill Dent is also serving as proxy for textbooks. All right, a quorum of the committee is present at the location stated for conducting a meeting through teleconference means. First up on the agenda is approval of the February 29th, 2024 minutes. I'll entertain a motion for approval of the minutes. Thank you, Jennifer. Have a second?
Second.
Thanks, Joanne. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, motion carries. All right, next up is approval of the agenda for today's meeting. Can I have a motion for approval of the agenda?
So moved.
Thanks, Joanne. And a second?
Second.
Where'd that come from?
Oh, sorry.
I'll take Jill. All right, thank you. Any discussion? All those in favor? Any opposed? Great, motion carries. Great, now we'll move into our work group reports. First up is a chair report on MSIS 2.0. So as many of you may have seen from communications going out to the school districts, MSIS 2.0 is online beginning July 1st. And right now, districts are able to get in and assign users and permissions to all the people in their districts, and they are able to request MSIS IDs. I was just speaking with Dr. Dent earlier this morning about how great that is, so that we can get our early learning collaboratives and their partnering districts to get in and get MSIS IDs before we start our first assessments of the year with kindergarten readiness. And we've seen a lot of great usage of the MSIS ID process. I've seen evidence that we're reducing the number of duplicate MSIS IDs that we're getting by checking incoming kindergartners against data that already exists in the system. So I'm pleased with the match rates and the way that that all is processing and moving forward for the districts. We have coming up next, yesterday we got our first full loads, or started getting our first full loads of data from the vendors. So we're busy bees behind the scenes, looking at all that data, validating it, and we hope to be able to turn on some of the data quality dashboards in the next couple of weeks for the district so they can start reviewing their data. We'll start with the basics, their organization data, so information about their schools, their districts, and their school calendars. And then we'll move into enrollment and attendance and student demographics and things like that. So if you haven't been checking out the MSIS webpage, please do so. There's lots of resources there, lots of notices about what's coming up, our proposed timelines. As you know, this is a huge system. You never know what's going to happen day to day as we start getting data in. So we're being flexible and helping the districts be flexible along with us. They've been great partners in all of the engagements that we've had up to this point. So we're really excited, and so far, so good. Everything's on track. So we're really excited about getting into the data and being able to use the new system. Any burning questions? All right. Well, we will move into our next work group report. That's our data sharing agreement work group with Donna Hales.
Hey, good morning. Since our last meeting, I think it was back in February, the activity for the data sharing agreements include that an extension was done for Cayenne, which is where the 21st Century Learning Center programs report their, I think, student activity and all. So that was extended for 2 months, I think, to get us over to a new, I think, contract that's in the process, and then we'll do a new agreement for that. Then with Department of Human Services, we executed an agreement that's to meet requirements regarding the direct certification that child nutrition program. Then we had an agreement executed that includes Mississippi State and Center for Cyber Education and the University of Texas at Austin. So it's a three-way agreement, and this is monitoring progress in the K-12 computer science with an emphasis on broadening participation in those courses. We had an executing agreement with Teach Mississippi Institute with the Office of Teaching and Leading. And then the last one is basically a new agreement that's been done before, which is with the United States Department of Education, Migrant Services Information Exchange, which is access to some systems and all for that. That's all we've had on that, and I'm not aware of any MOUs that's been executed, so
All right.
thanks.
Thanks, Donna. Any questions or discussion? All right. Next up is an update from Mr. Eubanks on our course code work group.
Thank you. First of all, I just want to say thank you to everyone, all the efforts that we put in our transition around course codes into the new system, especially thank you, Tina, being a sounding board, and Deborah. So as we continue to look at the courses and how we help districts around elementary and secondary courses, we are now on the next task of updating the website around course codes. And I want us to think of this web page as a group effort. It's housed in secondary, but we're all looking at how we communicate. So I want you to think about questions that you may be receiving in your offices, frequently asked questions and things like that, that we might can include on this web page to just help some of the questions that we randomly get all the time. But on this page, we're going to be adding the dashboard. So when you open the page, they'll see the dashboard, and I'm very excited about that. Deborah's going to be adding that soon. So we'll update the information. Right now it's around the course code catalog, and so it'll need to be reflective of the new dashboard. But it will also have one of the same things that Dr. Murphy, you're endorsements have. They'll be able to see that. They'll be able to search for all the same information that's in the catalog, so that will be phased out. And the dashboard will replace that, and we'll be updating guidance around how to use the dashboard like we did the catalog. And so I'm very excited about that.
Thank you. That has been a Herculean effort to get that, but I think we're in a great space to move forward and keep improving on that. Any other discussions or questions about that? Great. Well, that is all that was on our agenda for today, so I will now entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion.
Thanks, Joanne. Do I have a second?
Second.
Thanks, Jill. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you all for joining us today.